They say youth is a gift of nature, but age is a work of art. But what happens when you reach the end of the canvas and realize you painted the wrong picture? We spend our 20s running, chasing money, chasing approval, chasing a version of success we saw on a screen. But recently, a hospice nurse recorded the top regrets of the dying. Do you know what wasn't on the list? I wish I worked more overtime. Today on Life Echo AI, we are pressing pause. We've curated the most powerful advice from elders, people who have already walked the path you are on right now. These are the 7 brutal truths they wish they knew at 20. When you are 20, you think your wealth is measured by the number of contacts in your phone. You have FOMO. You say yes to every party because you're terrified of being forgotten. But one 75-year-old shared this chilling realization. I spent my 20s trying to impress people who I haven't spoken to in 40 years. But one 75-year-old shared this chilling realization. I spent my 20s trying to impress people who I haven't spoken to in 40 years. Truth number 2, the compound effect of health. At 20, your body is a forgiving vehicle. You can survive on 4 hours of sleep, junk food, and stress. You feel invincible. But here is the hard truth from an 82-year-old grandfather. You don't suddenly get old. You get old a little bit every single day. Health is the ultimate lagging indicator. The knees you ruin now, the skin you don't protect from the sun, the back you injure lifting with your ego, that bill comes due in your 50s. And it comes with interest. Treat your body like the only house you have to live in, because it is. Society tells you that your 20s are for the grind. Hustle culture. Sleep when you're dead. But looking back, many elders regret picking a career for the paycheck rather than the lifestyle. One woman wrote, "I spent 30 years climbing the corporate ladder only to realize at the top that it was leaning against the wrong wall." Money is vital, don't get me wrong, but money is a tool, not the goal. If you trade 50 years of misery for 10 years of comfortable retirement, you have made a bad trade. Use your 20s to take risks. Start the business. Fail cheap. You have time to recover now. You won't have that luxury later. This one hits the hardest. In your 20s, you are busy establishing your independence. You might find your parents annoying, out of touch, or overbearing. But remember this math. If you live in a different city and visit your parents twice a year, and they are 60 years old, you might only see them 20 or 30 more times. Total. Forgive them for their mistakes. They were just kids who had kids, trying to figure it out without a manual. Get to know them as people, not just as mom and dad, before the opportunity is gone. We spend our youth paralyzed by embarrassment. What will they think if I wear this? What if I fail? What if I look stupid? Here is the secret that sets you free, courtesy of a 90-year-old. Nobody was watching. Everyone was too busy worrying about themselves. This is called the spotlight effect. You think you are the main character in everyone else's movie. You aren't. You're barely an extra. This sounds sad, but it's actually liberating. It means you are free to fail, free to be weird, and free to be yourself. No one is keeping score. Your 20s are not for having it all figured out. They are for planting seeds. Some will grow, some will die, but you must plant them. Don't let the fear of the future rob you of the present. As the old saying goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Which of these truths hit you the hardest? Or, if you are older, what advice would you add to the list? Tell us in the comments below. We read every single one. If you want to live a wiser life, hit that like button and subscribe to Life Echo AI. See you in the next video.